What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. On the left side here, we have Synchron, a very powerful deck that got upgraded from the Duelist Nexus with the Revolution Synchron here, as well as the Crimson Dragon and stuff like that. On the right side here, I believe we have Dark Worlds, a deck that, you know, is interesting to play this format, especially because Duel is so relevant. I guess you could say that about a lot of decks. I know the Chimera deck has been floating around as well, and that deck just absolutely loses to Duel. But we're going to see a lot of players putting it in the side deck now, rather than maining it. You know, it's either like maining the Droll or the Nib here. But I know the Synchron player is on the crossout build. Before we dive in, over to like, comment, subscribe, we're going to see the Synchron deck going first here. Going to be activating a tuning, which is going to be able to summon out the Revolution Synchron here, and then they're going to be sending one card from the top of their deck. We see a Jet Synchron. That is a great hit. We're going to normal summon a Tenyu here, Reborn Tenyu, a very important card for the strategy here. And then we special summon out the Revolution Synchron. Well, we activate the Revolution Synchron effect, eventually specials it out, but it just synchros from the hand. I'm going for the Shooting Quasar, or Shooting Dragon thing. And then we're able to activate the effect of itself and the Tenyu here. We can summon out another one. Then we're going to be descending from the deck a Veiler here to decrease its level by 1. We're just going to turn it into a Barone here. Then we're going to activate the Tenyu once again here, summoning out the third copy from the deck. And we're going to activate the Revolution Synchron, going to be able to summon itself out. And then we're going to be sending the top card to the graveyard, which is a Drollin Lockbird here. Then we can Synchro summon once again into a Junk Speeder here. And that's going to summon 5 out from the deck, or 4 out from the deck, I guess, just to say. My bad. And we have the Baron as well to protect it here. So we're going to be summoning out 3 here, the Revolution Synchron, the Assault, as well as the Stardust. Stardust will be able to search us for a Stardust card. We're going to search for Illumination here. Then we can Synchro summon once again into another copy here. Going into the Assault Synchron. Assault Synchron is going to be able to summon back out the Jet Synchron here. Then we're going to activate the Illumination. This will be allow us to summon out, I believe, or adds it to hand, I guess, in this case. I think it sends, and then if we control it, we can special summon it out. So we're going to special summon out the Trail here. Then we can Synchro summon once again into a copy of the Hyper Librarian. And this is going to allow us to draw a lot of cards here. We're going to activate the effect going into a Stardust. And then we immediately Synchro summon using itself and then the Stardust Synchron to into a copy of the Crimson Dragon. And here we're going to get a Draw 2 effect because we did Synchro summon once and then Synchro summoned immediately once again. So we're going to get the Draw 2 here. And Stardust Trail as well. Then we draw 2. We end up drawing a Rite of Aramis here as well as the Souls. We are changed up the package. We're no longer on the hand rep version. We are on I think it's just a generic version of the deck. We're activating the Jet, discarding the Water Temple, summoning it out here, then going into an Excel. And then we're going to be able to get the effect once again of Hyper Librarian. And we're going to be sending out a token. The Penguin Knight token here. Shout out to the channel for that one there. And we're trying to get to 5K actually. So if you guys can hit that subscription button. You know, most people who watch these videos are not subscribed. So that's the channel a lot here. We're going to be seeing them dump a Stardust Synchron here. We did end up making those sleeves as well, so they're going to be on their way in the mail. They approximately take 15 to 30 days, which is like a huge different amount of time, so maybe in the next week or so we will be getting it. Here we can activate the effect of the Crimson Dragon if we wanted to. And that's going to be tagging out into a copy of Trish. Trish will then discard 1 card from the hand there. And we end up hitting a skill drain. That's very huge in this matchup. We're going for a Dispouter here. And then we can also bring back a monster. And we're going to be tributing off the Assault to bring back the Stardust. Then we're going to be banishing the Illumination here. Synchro summoning once again into a copy of Omega here. So we are going to Omega effect, getting rid of another card here. Getting rid of a Grapha. And then we're going to be able to bring back with the Dispater once again. Activate, rip another card. Hitting a Nessie here, so leaving them only on 3 cards. And like this is not like absolute hand rip where we're not ripping for 5. But like, you know, we are able to still rip a few cards here as we saw. And like set up a negate. Like we have a negate. Bestial is kind of a negate. And we're going to be searching for Duel here because we know our opponent can't play through Duel with the small world there. And then they're going to be passing turn onto this. Here we're going to see a Allure of Darkness here, drawing 2 cards. And they're going to be banishing the gold. And then on res, we're going to be seeing them hit with Duel. And they're going to scoop it up right then and there, realizing they do not have enough. Duel is a blowout of a card. And when you're able to search it off of like a small world, that's pretty crazy. But moving on into game 2 here, we're going to be seeing the Dark World deck and we choosing that they can go first. And if they open up combo here, it could be quite difficult for the Synchron player to come back. They do have a lot of gas in the tank, as well as I think they're on 18 hand traps, which is a lot of hand traps when you think about it. Like that's half your deck full of hand traps, which is quite a lot. I know a lot of players are trying to get at least 12 in their deck. When you get to like cards like that, though, a lot of the time you will be like bricking a lot of the time, which I think is kind of unfortunate, but diving on into game 2 here, we're going to see Dark World going to be choosing to go first. They're going to activate an Allure of Darkness once again, drawing 2, and then going to be banishing a card. Banishing the Radiant, and we have the Droll. That is absolutely brutal. Can we get to a Baguska? No. We see a set 1, which could be the potential skill drain here. And we're going to normal summon out the Genta, activate the effect here. And we end up hitting the Chupacabra there, which is quite unfortunate, with no other fiends or no other dangers in grave. We're going to activate the effect once again, and they hit. They don't hit, so we're going to get to draw. They summon it out, I guess. And no draw. They're just going to simply pass on this, bodying up here. We're going to see a Rite of Aramesir summoning out the token there and placing the Fateful onto the field here. I wonder if you just keep the dangers in the hand for the following turn. And then we're in a small world. We're going to go for the Stardust, and then we're going to be going for a Revolution or looks like Stardust, Revolution into Jet. Okay. I guess there's lots of small world lines in this deck, I would assume. They want to special summon out the Temple here. We could activate the effect of Fateful here if we wanted to, which will search us for the Draco back. So now we have an out to that back row if it does happen to be the skill drain here. Then we're going to search for the Wandering Griffin here. Will we see the face up? No, we don't. So we're going to be seeing it, going to be discarding the Fateful, equipping it here. Then we're going to activate the effect here. They're going to be bouncing it back to the hand, not even going to attempt to negate or attempt to activate it here. We're going to special summon out to the Griffin. Then we're going to be normal summoning out the Jet Synchron. And then we're going to be synchro summoning away into a copy of Excel. And then we're going to bring out the Jet. Then we're going to synchro summoning once again into a copy of Junk Speeder. Junk Speeder here will activate its effects. Summoning out 3 monsters from the deck. The Stardust, Assault, as well as a Revolution. Then we can search the Illumination here. Going for that full combo. We don't have to worry about that last card in hand due to it being a trap card here. So I see the Dark World player, unfortunately, just sitting here in the dark. as they're going to opponent's going to be comboing off, and can they get lethal on board is the question. Going for the the crystal wing here, and then we're going to be drawing a card. Then we can go for the Excel effect, going to Stardust, and then going immediately into a Crimson Dragon, I believe. And then we have to draw 2 once again. And we get to banish and summon out the Excel. And I think we saw a Bestial here, which is pretty crazy. We're going to activate the Illumination here, summoning from the deck, because we do control the Synchro, or I guess the Stardust here. Going for the Stardust Trail, I think is, or the, yeah, I think so. And then we're going to be activating Revolution. It's dump to summon. Then we get to banish here, which is going to be level modulating. And then we can activate the effect, tag out into Trish. And then we're going to be activating the effect here. We get to banish 1 from field, 1 from hand, as well as 1 from the grave here. Getting that Trish full effect always feels so nice. And then we're going to be just going into a Baron and attacking for game here. So we see the Synchron player end up taking it 2-0. Droll being a hell of a card. I wanted to feature the Synchro matchup here. I'm just getting able to just absolutely body other opponents there, which we see with no hand traps. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you want to be avoiding Droll. Make sure you hit that subscription button. I heard that it gives you extra good luck. Don't forget to stay safe. Peace.